Okay, so we're taking a quiz tomorrow. We kind of did a little mini review yesterday. So if you were not here yesterday, watch the video. I think it says section 3.5. It doesn't say review for a quiz. But we did quite a few problems yesterday that are going to be on the quiz. Everybody's listening to me now? Okay. So make sure that you go back and you watch that video because we definitely hit some problems that are going to be on here. I'm not going to hit those problems again. There might have been almost half of it. So let me hit one that we didn't talk about yesterday, and it's been a little while since we've talked about it. So it says find the x and y intercepts. Find the x and the y intercepts. Now, what does that mean, find the x and y intercepts? Find the point where it crosses what? So if I had a line, watch, let me just draw some random line. Okay, I don't care what the numbers are. Okay, so here's a line. And if I ask you, I'm not going to have you do it, but if I asked you to draw on this graph where the x and y intercept is, all right, where would the x-intercept be, Zion? Well, this is the x-axis. It's where the line does what? Touches the x-axis, right, or crosses. We usually, you could say intersects, or touches it, or crosses it. Any of those would be fine. But you're right, intersect would be a good way to say it. So that point right there will be the what? The x-intercept, because that's where it crosses the x-axis. So where's the y-intercept? Where it crosses what? The y-axis. Here's the y-axis. Where does that line cross the y-axis? Right there. Okay, so that's what you're finding. When it says find the x and y intercepts, you're finding that's your x-intercept, and this is your what? Y-intercept. So let's do the x-intercept. Where is that point? Well, I didn't put any numbers in here, so you don't know really how far you go over. But how far do you go over? Like negative x, right? Whatever the number is, negative whatever it is. So you go over in the x direction. How far up do you go? 0. What about this point right here? You start here and you go what to get to this point? You go, well, not first. First you go 0, right, on the x direction, and then you go up to this. We'll call it y. So check this out. This is our x-intercept, but what do we do to find the x-intercept? We set what? Y equal to 0. Do you remember that? Is that coming back to you? Yeah, we've covered this before. All right, Lonnie, get your head up, please. Pay attention. You're going to see this on the quiz. What about this one? What's equal to 0 here? The x. So we set x equal to 0. All right? So in order to find the x-intercept, we set the other one equal to 0. You follow me? So if I say find the x-intercept, what do we do first? Set the y equal to 0. Good. And if I ask you to find the y-intercept, then you set the other one, which is x. You set that equal to 0. All right? So that's how we start this thing out. I got to give you some more information, though. So here's your equation. So it's 3x minus 4y equals 12. All right, and here's what they ask you to do. They say find the x-intercept. I'll just write it right here. And then find the y-intercept. I'm going to write that right here. Everybody watching? Should be writing this down. I see like one person writing, 2 people writing. So if I want to find the x-intercept, what did we just finish saying? We set the other one, the y, equal to 0. So this is the formula. This is our formula right here. Our equation, I should say. It's not really a formula. It's an equation. So I set the y equal to 0. So let's find what x is. So I don't know x, so I just write 3x minus what? 4 times 0, and that equals 12. Let's do the math. Math is really easy. 4 times 0 is 0. So I just have 3x equals 12. One step and you're done, for at least that part anyway. So what's x equal to? X equals 4. Okay? That's your x-intercept. Okay? On this graph, where is that? It's at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where your x-intercept is. You don't have to graph it. I'm just showing you what you're actually finding, okay? All you got to do is find the x-intercept. But what is the point here? The point is, it's not just 4, it's what? 4, 0. So to write the x-intercept, you should write 4, 0. That's how you should write your answer right there. Don't just say x equals 4. Write 4, comma 0. Put it in parentheses. We okay with that? I think I explained that fairly clearly, don't you? Yeah. All right. So we got more to do, so let's go and do this one. So now we're going to find the y-intercept because we got to find them both. Find the x and the y-intercepts. So what do we set? We set x equal to 0. So we go back to this equation, and this time we're going to put a 0 in for the x. So it's 3 times 0 minus 4y equals 12. 3 times 0 is 0. So what do I have now? I got negative 4y equals 12. One little step. Divide by negative 4. Y equals negative 3. But how do I write the answer? The y-intercept is at negative 3, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. So here's where the y-intercept is right there. What is that point? That's it. Negative 3. 0, negative 3. Okay? And so how do I write the y-intercept? I write it 0, negative 3. So the two things that I circled right there, that's the way that you want to write your answer. Any questions on this? It's actually pretty simple. You do it a couple times, right? Look in the book, find the problems where you had to do this. Find the odd ones so you can see the answers in the back, and should be good. So you're going to see. So number 1 on the quiz, this is number 1 on the quiz, all right? Could be different numbers, but it's the same style of problem, same kind of problem. We good? All right, let's move on. Okay. Well, it'll be on YouTube, so you can get it there because I got to move on. All right, here's number 2 on the quiz. It says write the slope-intercept form. So we've done this several times. This one shouldn't be too hard at all. It says write the slope-intercept form. We beat this thing to death, haven't we? Slope-intercept form? Yeah. So you should know it. So y equals what? mx plus b. So here's what they give you. They give you this equation, and they give it to you in standard form, but you want to change it into slope-intercept form. So this is what they give you right here. Okay? And you need to change it so it looks like this. So really, it's one step. This one's super easy. So I got to get y by itself. How do I get y by itself? That, not 6, 6x, right? You got to get rid of that whole 6x. So subtract 6x from this side, subtract 6x from this side. That cancels. We bring down y equals, do we write it 5 minus 6x? No, we always want the x to go before this number. So we just switch the order. So how am I going to write this then? You got it. Keep the signs with the numbers. This 6x is negative, so I keep the negative in front of it. This 5 is what? It's positive. Even though you don't see it, it's there. So it's positive 5. That's why you put a plus 5. And that's it. That's your answer right there. It's as easy as that. You're going to have to do that with at least one more problem later on. Change something to slope-intercept form. So the numbers could be different, but the problems are going to be very, very similar. Okay? Some of the numbers could be the same. Some of the numbers could be different. Number 3 and 4 we did yesterday. So that was find the slope of a line that's parallel, find the slope that's perpendicular. Let's just review that briefly. This is Wednesday. I forget what time. 38. Let's see. Okay, I got some time to do that. So if two lines are parallel to each other, what's true? Same what? Same slope, right? So the slope of one equals what? the slope of the other one, okay? So they have the same slope. The lines aren't the same. They're two different lines, but they have the same slope, okay? That's if they're parallel. What did we learn about two lines that are perpendicular? Different? Is that all? There's a lot of lines that are different. What's that? Negative reciprocal, that's right. So I'll just write negative reciprocal. You guys need to really stop that with your mouth because I'm about to throw a couple of you out. All right, it's coming from here and it's coming from there. When I see you do it, you're out of here. So, negative reciprocal. So, what if the slope, I'm just going to make, no, I talked about this yesterday. Go watch the video. I spent a lot of time on this yesterday, but that's just a little reminder. So, 3 and 4 are going to be something like this, okay? Yesterday, I did examples that are going to be on the quiz, so you can watch the video from yesterday. Hopefully, you took good notes on it yesterday. And you might not even have to watch the video. All right, let me find another one. Number 5, it's also it's one we did yesterday. And 6 we did yesterday, all right? So 5 and 6, watch the video from before this one, all right? And it'll show you how to do that. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all just graphing problems, all right? So once we finish these, maybe we'll go back and hit one of the ones we talked about yesterday. So these are all graphing. And I'll tell you what, let me grab a graph here. And I will give you, on the quiz, I do give you these graphs, all right? So you don't have to draw your own lines or anything like that. So I will give you this little graph thing. Okay, you hear crumpling of paper. It sounds like somebody's eating something, and you're not allowed to eat in here. If I look over and I see you with food, again, you're out of here plus a ASD. Just a warning. And I've warned you many, many times during the year about that, so no complaining. So let's graph x equals -3. What kind of line is this? Remember, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. What kind of line is x equals a number? There's no y in there. It's a vertical line, okay? You'd think it would be horizontal because the x goes horizontally, right? But how did I have you think about this? I had you think about it is when it's just x equals a number, that means it's a line that goes through the x-axis at -3. So here's the x-axis, 1, 2, 3. So it goes through the axis, the x-axis. So what kind of line is it going to be? It's going to be a vertical line, all right? So this is what it's going to look like. Again, I said this many times. You should put the arrows on there. If you don't put the arrows on there, I won't mark it wrong, but you should put them on there. All right? So that's what that graph looks like right there. All right? Tell you what, we'll put all these, put them in different colors, but I'll put them all in the same graph. Right? What do you think my next graph is going to be? Y equals just some number, right? Let's just say 4. Just make that up. Right? How would I graph this? What does this mean? It means it's a line that goes through what? The y-axis at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a point right there. And what kind of line is it going to be? It's going to be a horizontal line. That's right. So it's going to go, let's get it right on there. It's going to go right through there. Okay, that's what that looks like. Those should be super quick and easy. There's no work to do. You don't have to do any math. You don't have to show anything. You just got to draw the line. Design, we're drawing lines, right? Not just points. Got it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't do it, but I only took 1 point off. So, all right, number 9 is going to be, I'm going to give you one in slope-intercept form, okay? So, again, there's no work to do. You just should be able to look at it and graph it. Again, I'm just making this up. Y equals, I don't know, 3x minus 4, okay? Everybody with me? All right, so everybody should be able to graph that just like that. You should just be able to look at that and say, put a point here, bam. Count this way, put another point, connect them, boom, you're done. 10 seconds, 15 seconds, you should be done that problem, literally. I'm not kidding. So let's do it. Somebody counting? -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 over 1, so I go 1, 2, 3, 1. Connect them, and you're done. How long did that take? Probably a little more than 15, but close enough. Basically, as fast as I could write, I could graph that thing. Everybody see that? This is the y-intercept, right? So I put a point on the y-axis at -4. This is the slope, 3 over 1, rise over run. So I rise 3, 1, 2, 3, and I run 1, boom, right there. If you wanted to do it a couple more times, 1, 2, 3, 1. See how I was off a little bit? I didn't hit like dead on. That's why I should extend them a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. See how that's even off a little bit more? Anybody see that? That's why I like to extend them. No, I'm going to give you 4 different graphs, but I'm just doing it here just so I don't have to make a different graph every time. So now this should look a little bit more accurate. Right there. And then right there. Okay? And that would be your graph. All right, one more. Let's go this pink color. So this is number 10 on the quiz. Again, these could be different numbers on the quiz, but it's the same idea. All right, it's the same exact idea. So number 10, they give it to you in standard form. Let's see. Now, am I just going to take this and just make my graph without doing any work? No, there's really no way that you can do that. All right, unless you're super smart and you can look at it and you can do all that stuff in your head. All right, I don't think I could even do that. All right, if I sat there and thought about it long enough, maybe I could, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put it in the slope-intercept form. So what am I going to do? Solve for y, right? And we have a problem. Like number 2 on the test, on the quiz, is one like this. You're going to have to do this. So you got to solve for y. So what do I do first? Subtract a 4x from both sides. This one, there's one extra step compared to what we did with number 2. That cancels. Bring down this. Change the order of this. -4x plus 10. And then one more step. What do we do? What do we do with the 2? Divide by 2. So I divide everything over here by 2. Hope you're watching. I knocked a few people out already, I tell you. I should sell my videos as a sleep aid or something, because that seems like what it does to my class. All right, so yeah, it wasn't supposed to be that funny. Watch, -4 over 2 is -2x plus 10 over 2, which is 5. So this is what we're going to graph right there. So now I can take this and graph it just like I did with number 9. So the y-intercept is +5. So I go up to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a point. The slope is -2. So it's -2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, to the right 1. I'm going to do that a few times just to make sure my graph is nice and accurate. So I'm going to go down 2 over 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and so on. Okay, that's good enough. And then I connect them. And that should be a nice, accurate graph. Right there. There it is. Again, I'm not just giving you one graph thing to put all the lines on it. I give you a separate one for each problem, okay? I just did this here so I could keep it all on one page. Okay, yes, sir. No, I said number 5 and 6 was on, but I got some time. It's not till what, 38? Is that what I said? Yeah, I got time. So let's do one like number 5 again. It'll be a good review. Do you remember that ABCD one we did yesterday? Abdul, you probably don't remember because you were sound asleep. Just saying. Isn't that what you kids say? You can say anything you want as long as you say, hey, I'm just saying. You ever notice that? It wasn't meant to be a joke. I'm just asking. Anybody notice that? Yeah. Whatever. You guys are killing me. All right, here we go. So there's 4 points. All right, what they're going to do, they're going to ask if, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this differently than I did it yesterday because I already did it yesterday. It's already on the video, so you can watch the video. All right, but I'm going to do something different. Let's do this. Let's find AB, and let's do CD. So what am I going to do? I want to see if AB is parallel to CD. I want to see maybe it's perpendicular, or maybe, what's the third choice? It's neither, okay? So that's what I want to do, okay? So how do I do that? How do I know if they're parallel to each other? How do I know if they're perpendicular? I got to find the slopes, exactly. So let's find the slopes of AB. So for the slope of AB, how do we do that? How do we find the slope of these 2 points right here? Change in, that's another class. Y2 minus Y1, remember that? Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. 2 minus 4, and then 3 minus negative 3, good. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. 3 minus negative 3, that's plus, that's 6. And what does that reduce to? Negative 1/3. So that's the slope of line AB. So now what we're going to do is find the slope of line CD and then compare them. If they're equal to each other, then those lines are parallel. If they're negative reciprocals of each other, then they're perpendicular. If neither one of those things is true, then we say what? Neither. Good. All right, so let's do CD. So we're going to find the slope of CD. So let's do it. 3 minus what? Negative 4. So I'm going Y2 minus Y1. Now we go X2 minus X1. So what do I get there? 0 minus 1. Let's see what we get. What's 3 minus negative 4? It's 3 plus 4, which is 7, and then this is negative 1. Compare those. Are they the same? Obviously not. Are they negative reciprocals of each other? No. So what can I say about those 2 lines, AB and CD? You say neither, and that would be your answer. But, as I said yesterday, so that's your answer right there. As I said yesterday, if all you do is just write down neither, even if it's the right answer, and that's all you do, is just write down the word neither, I'm marking it wrong. Why? Mr. Hamrick, I wrote the right answer down, that's what I'm going to hear. Okay, but then what am I going to say? You didn't show me what? You didn't show the work, okay? On the problem itself, I even capitalize the word why, all right? All caps, all right? I say show why. What's the why part? W-H-Y. That and that. That's show me how I got it, okay? Show me why it's neither. That's what I need to see. If I don't see this and you write neither, it's still going to be wrong, okay? I got to see why. We go to that? Let's do one more. Let me grab the book real quick. Let me find one that I didn't do yesterday, because I don't know if I can make up a problem that comes out nice and perfect. This is section 3.5. Slope intercept through 2 points. Okay, where did I get that problem from? Right, slope intercept, it goes through those 2 points. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's do this. Negative 2, 7. It's just from the homework, okay? So negative 2, 7, and 4, 1. All right, what am I doing with these 2 points right here? I'm not just finding the slope, okay? I am writing the equation of the line, all right? Writing the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the slope-intercept form. I would say, out of all the problems that I'm giving you on this quiz, this may be the more difficult one, okay? It's probably, I'm thinking what you're probably thinking. You're probably going to look at this and you're probably thinking this is a more difficult one. So Sincere, you with me? Doesn't look like it. What you dreaming about? Scoring the winning touchdown? Is that what you're dreaming about? Okay. Dreaming about 9:38 when you get out of here? Is that what you're dreaming about? All right, let's do this. Slope-intercept form. So what is slope-intercept form? We've said it once already today. Y equals, it's not just y mx plus b, y equals mx plus b. All right, so that's what I want to put this into. These are 2 points, right? I could put 2 points on a line, draw it, right? Connect the 2 points, and I got a line. Would you agree? So I want to find the equation of that line. I want to find out what is the slope-intercept form of that line. So what's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, the easiest thing to do is find the what? The slope. So I got 2 points. Let's find the slope. So slope equals. We've done this once already. Let's do it again. So we've done it twice, actually. So let's subtract the y's from each other. 1 minus 7, and then 4 minus negative 2. All right, this is negative 6 over 6, which is negative 1. So that's my slope. So that's where I can put right here. Okay, y equals negative 1x plus b. Am I done, though? Nope, got to find one more thing. What's the thing I got to find? The b, the y-intercept. That's right, that's the y-intercept. So I got to find that. Like, how in the world am I going to do that? Well, look at what I've got right now. I've got an x here and a y here, don't I? Do I know any x's and y's? Yeah, I know an x and y right here, and I know an x and y right here. So I can choose either one of those points. It doesn't matter which one I pick. Which one would you pick? The 4, 1. Okay, it's the point. Okay, pick the whole point. I'd probably pick 4, 1. You could pick negative 2, 7 if you wanted to. Why would I pick 4, 1? I think it's a little easier just because you're dealing with just 2 positives, okay? But it doesn't matter which one you pick. All right, so let's put it in here. So what am I going to put in for y? A 1, right, because I'm using this point right here. So the y is the 1, so I'm going to put a 1 right there. Equals negative 1 times x. What's my x? 4. And then plus b. And now I can solve for b. I hope you're writing this down. I'm trying my best to like hand deliver this to you. Some of you guys just don't have your hands out to take what I'm giving you. All right, so come on. 1 equals, what's this? Negative 4 plus b. One more step when we got b by itself. Just add a 4 to both sides. And so what's b equal to? B equals 5. So how do I write my answer? Remember, I want to write my answer in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to write it y equals, what was my slope? Negative 1, okay, and then x. What's my y-intercept? Positive 5, so I put plus 5. Do you really need the 1 there, though? You could just write it negative x plus 5. Either way, I'd accept either way. You could put the negative 1 there if you wanted to. You definitely have to have the negative there. That's it. I've hit every single problem that's going to be on the quiz tomorrow, so there's no excuses. Okay, they're both on video, right? Yesterday's lessons got some of it. Today's lessons got most of it. And just watch them. Try some problems. Look in the book. Go to section 3.5. Try the odd problems. All right? That's the way that you're going to study for this thing. Wait till the bell rings. The bell is ringing today, so just have a seat and wait till the bell rings.